When I was a child, I used to sleep with a bed full of soft toys. Among them, my constant companion was Noah, a beloved polar bear plush that never left my side. My bed was a fortress of comfort, crowded with bears and dolls, each offering their silent companionship. But one night, my world tilted in a way I could never explain. It was a warm summer night, and I'd been put to bed hours before. My mom had long since gone to sleep, and the house was silent except for the occasional creak of the wooden floorboards. At some point in the early hours, around 1 or 2 a.m., I awoke suddenly. My senses were on edge, as though something had pulled me from the depths of sleep. I stayed very still, trying to understand what had roused me. That's when I heard it. A faint, almost playful sound, a giggle. It was soft, light like a child's laugh, but it was coming from my room. My breath caught as I scanned the dim space. Everything seemed normal at first, just the familiar silhouettes of my soft toys perched on the bed. But then, something moved. A shadow shifted. No, not a shadow. One of the soft toys. One of the bears slowly climbed over me. Yes, climbed. It wasn't falling or tipping over. It was deliberately moving. Its plush paw brushed against my arm as it slid off the bed with a soft thud, landing upright on the floor. I stared in stunned disbelief. The bear, a floppy toy that couldn't possibly stand on its own, was now upright by the side of my bed, completely still. My heart pounded. I reached out and grabbed it, clutching the bear tightly. "What are you doing?" I whispered, half expecting a response. The toy remained lifeless in my grasp. Shaking, I tossed it back onto the bed and pulled my blankets up to my chin, keeping Noah clutched protectively in my arms. Sleep didn't come easily after that. The bear stayed motionless, but I felt its presence like a heavy weight in the room. The next morning, I gathered up all my soft toys, except for Noah, and removed them from my room. I told myself it was just my imagination, some trick of the mind. But deep down, I knew I hadn't been dreaming. The memory of that bear's deliberate movements haunted me, an impossible sequence of events that logic couldn't explain. This wasn't my only strange experience. It wasn't long before I began seeing things. One morning, I woke up to find a figure, a tall, black-hooded presence, standing silently by my bed. It didn't move, didn't make a sound, but its presence was suffocating, heavy with menace. I squeezed my eyes shut, too terrified to confront it. When I opened them again, it was gone, but the fear lingered. Then there was a night I was woken by a sharp scratching on my leg. It felt deliberate, like tiny claws dragging across my skin. I bolted upright, clutching my leg, but there was nothing there. Whatever it was had vanished the moment I was fully awake. For years, I convinced myself it was my pet rabbit, despite knowing she slept in her hutch outside during the summer. The motions didn't match her behavior either. It was too precise, too unnatural. I even wondered if it was the ghost of my guinea pig, who had recently passed. I felt guilty about his death, and for a while, I believed he might have returned, upset with me. But now I'm not so sure. Looking back, these events formed a pattern, though I'm still not certain what connected them. The bear, the hooded figure, the scratching, they feel like fragments of something larger, pieces of a puzzle I was too young to solve. Even now, the memory of that moving bear sent a shiver down my spine. I don't know what it was, but I've never let another soft toy, apart from Noah, stay in my room since.